Assalamu alaikum. This series of short videos are joint effort by Mohamed Sadek and Mohammed Dandan, members of the International Qur'anic Center in Washington. Ahl The subject today is the distortion of the image of Islam, Part 2. The material in this video directed to non-Arabic speaking people and to those who like to watch media manipulation of Islam as being is not a religion of peace, as well as believing in what the media falsely propagate and spread negative image of Islam. Note, what we are talking here about is not religion as a faith, rather the actions of its followers. Our subject today is how Islam deal with a prisoner of war that your right hands possess. I'm going to say it again. How Islam deal with a prisoner of war that your right hands possess. Islam forbids slavery, for it's the religion that gives rights of individuals, male and females alike. Slavery was not initiated by Islam. It had been practiced long before Islam. It is the custom of war to have captive, and those captives are prisoners used to be turned into slaves and concubines by their masters. This was not the case only in the pre-Islamic Arabic regions, but it was there every other place. Was it Islam that took women as being the cause of all evils or as serpents? Islam is not the religion that jeopardizes the rights of women, as Western scholars would have us believe, invent any ideas to distort the image of Islam. When Islam came, it tried to put an end to all such inhuman practices. This is clear in the way Islam handled the issue of slavery. Right from the start, Islam set a goal to eradicate this barbaric system. It confined the issue of taking captives to the period of warfare. This is just as a situation necessitated by hostility between warring states. Then it allowed the female captives to be married by their captors. But why? Does this mean giving men a chance to unleash their sexual desires? The answer is no. Here lies certain wisdom that completely escapes the mind of those Western scholars who take this issue to launch attacks against Islam. As we know, after the end of hostility, it is the norm that prisoners of war be freed and exchanged through a mutual agreement between the parties. Islam has made this clear in its divine text that the captives must be freed through ransom or without ransom. It is socially understood that marrying a freed female captives would normally secure their rights, more than would be the case if they were set free without any guarantee for survival. This hope soon turned glittering by securing them a marital home, whereby their rights and dignity would secured. Here comes the issue of ما ملكت أيمانكم in Arabic, but in English means what your right hands possess. This mentioned in many verses in the Quran. Chapter 4, verse 25 from the Quran says, if any of you does not have the means to marry a believing free woman, then marry a believing girl from among those whom your right hands possess. God knows best your faith. You are from one another, so marry them with their people's consent and their proper bride gifts, which is between brackets could be dowry. Make them married women, not adulteresses or lovers. If they commit adultery when they are married, their punishment will be half that of a free woman. This is for those of you who fear that you will sin. It is better for you to practice self-restraint. God is most forgiving and merciful. This verse clearly states 3 conditions as follows. Number 1, this is for those of you who fear that you will sin. Then what is the solution? Here it's come. Number 2, the solution, then marry a believing girl from among those whom your right hand possess. But this marriage has a condition. Number 3, the condition is make them married women, not adulteresses or lovers. Notice the Quran uses the expression, what your right hands. What is the significance of this expression? The word right hands here refers to women taken as prisoners of war in this case. It is by no means an implication of concubinage. It is totally prohibited in Islam. Nor does it refer to purchasing female prisoner from market be used to satisfy sexual urge. The word right hand possess also has another significance that clearly reflects the great concern Islam has for preserving the rights of those captives. All this indicates that the word, what your right hand possess, has a special meaning in Islamic usage and must be understood within the text where it is mentioned. Every text have this phrase in it. You have to understand it through the text itself. In fact, it signifies the great care and good treatment that prisoners of wars should be accorded. This is how Islam dealt with the issue from the beginning. Islam stipulated that all masters should take care of their captives. They should not be overburdened with tasks, nor should they be deprived of their human rights. Allah has put them under your control. Islam further put an end to the habit of using derogatory names of slaves or servants. Like, we don't like the word slave or servants. The Quran was clear in dealing with the prisoners. Chapter 47, verse 4. So, if you encounter those who have rejected, then strike their formations until you overcome them. Then bind them securely. You may either set them free or ransom them until the war ends. This verse is a protocol regarding prisoners of war in 2 ways. The first one, set them free or ransom. We'll meet again, God willing, with part 3, the distortion of the image of Islam. Peace be with you all. Farewell.